Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate this. Is an interesting thing from being a member of Congress now to introducing a member of the press from my own state, which I am pleased to do. It is an honor and privilege to welcome Kevin Riley to Capitol Hill today. Kevin serves as the editor of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in my home state of Georgia. As those of you from Georgia know, the AJC is one of the best in the business. Even though it is located in Atlanta, I would argue it is where the entire state of Georgia goes to get their news. Kevin has served as editor for nearly 10 years now and has worked in the news industry for nearly 40. In 2001, the Newspaper Association of America named Riley one of the industry's 20 under 40 up-and-comers, and he is well known as an effective, collaborative, and innovative leader. But you know, sometimes the resume needs to say a little more. So we asked one of his reporters, Greg Bluestein, of the AJC that works for Kevin, to describe how he would describe his boss. I think it's very telling. Kevin is the type of editor who encourages the reporters to experiment and try new things by doing it himself. Shortly after the AJC unveiled a personal journey feature, he wrote a masterful story about a World War II veteran returning to the French battlefield for the first time since the fight, helping to unlock a 69-year-old mystery in the process. And when we started getting deeply involved in the podcast, Kevin headlined a season of The Breakdown Show, focusing on the murders of two young Atlantans. As we in the newspaper industry face more demands to tell stories in different ways, Kevin has been our forefront of going on TV and radio to share our work. He goes on to say, "I'm not just sucking up by saying this. Kevin is a perfect example of the case to lead." And I think another one of your reporters, Tamal Hallerman, is here as well and probably would say the same thing. The perfect case is lead by example, and I can't think of a better compliment. Earlier this year, before we even introduced the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act, Kevin called to explain how critical this bill is for the AJC, for communities across Georgia, and for the entire newspaper industry. Local journalism is a core part of every community in Georgia and nationwide, and it is an honor to have a member of our local media here today. Now, I yield back.